entire alliance collapsed. However, the Alliance's forces remained in space. Being in charge of outer space, my mission was to subjugate these forces, free the colonies, and allow them to become independent. Once this was accomplished, we should have achieved Mr. Trace's ideals and our ideals for Oz, which would have been the case if there'd been no conflicting opinions between Mr. Trace and Duke Dermail. The Gundam pilots became witnesses to the changes in history.
Excuse me, I have a transmission from Earth, Colonel Lund. They say Gundam 02 and 04 are presently attacking the Singapore spaceport base.
I'm returning to the command tower.
Hurry up, Ketra!
Don't worry about me. I'll back you two up until you lift off.
Have you lost your mind or something? We all have to make it up to space!
I know, that's why I have to back you up. To make sure at least you two will make it into space.
Ketra!
And now, the last choice open to me is to self-detonate. Huh? What's this? Are you telling me to get off? Thank you, Sandrock. I thank you, my dear Sandrock.
But there was neither glory nor praise to greet them when they returned to outer space. All they received was isolation and a cruel destiny as rebellious figures.
I'm afraid we're probably going to have to considerably restrict your activities here, sir.
For defeated men like myself, restrictions become the foundation for a new strength. But in my case, I feel much freer being restricted. Perhaps up until now, I wasn't able to experience freedom. Perhaps this latest action of mine has allowed me a chance to step back and reevaluate myself. Just like you overcame the ordeal I put you through, Zex, to earn your freedom.
Trace, stop following me around. And now, I cannot be your friend anymore. Farewell, Trace.
After you left, with Chief Engineer Tuberoff at the helm, the Romefeller Foundation completed those mobile dolls that are incapable of feeling the beauty or sorrow of a battle. Romefeller used them in their attempt to rule the Earth from outer space. As one who looks for meaning in human battles, I couldn't accept the Foundation's way of thinking. Zex, without you, Oz ends up allowing worthless actions by worthless people.
Very nicely done, Trace Kushvanada. Outer space is now close to accepting Oz.
So it seems.
And Colonel Un's achievements have been impressive. She succeeded in forming friendly relations with one colony after another.
The sense of independence built by forming a nation will trigger the mindset to develop productivity and defense.
This leads to the nation becoming militaristic, which means that every country on the Earth will jump into Oz's arms practically begging to be governed by us. It's beautiful, Dress. You've made outer space a member of the Romefeller Foundation.
The living environment of the colonies is bogus, as is their pacifism. They may only be a hotbed giving rise to countless battles. Zex, or rather Miliardo, Had you already realized that?
The new system, since Oz and the colonies became united, has had a considerable influence on Earth. On behalf of my nation, I've come here so I might find out more about this situation.
Your nation?
Yes, my nation. I've come here from the Sank Kingdom, and my name is Miliardo Peacecraft.
Oh, His Excellency has had ties with the Sank Kingdom since his youth. But I'd heard that your nation was recovering from the strife that was caused by the wars.
As an individual, I think I understand the implications of war, so I thought I could give advice to the space colonies desiring their own military power.
There are quite a few ways in which to obtain peace for oneself. I'm sure that between what each of us has learned, we'll find the best direction to take.
You might very well be on the right track to peace, Representative.
My beloved lady, you were right all along. As long as mankind exists in this world, there will always be battles. And denouncing battles will never lead to peace. It's natural for this world to continue fighting. Zex and the Gundam pilots are making an effort to construct a new future as we speak. Those that fight have a sense of satisfaction, and those in actual combat are not perceived as being tainted. A life is too precious to be replaceable. It's because one faces an enemy and risks their own precious life that amid all the sorrow, a warrior's soul will shine with nobility.
Tag along on my journey into hell!
Pure and genuine Gundam pilot, having repeatedly seen the way you fought, I couldn't help but feel inspired. You changed something inside me, even altered my destiny.
Nataku, you and I have to become a whole lot stronger.
The foolish Rummefeller Foundation removed the human aspect from battles. I might have suddenly found myself in a position where I must personally bury Oz. However, the times have entrusted the pilots with destiny itself. Young warriors, what do you see beyond this dark mass of confusion?
They continue to fight, the youngsters who will change the times. Treize is hoping that we will both put up a good fight. There's no choice left but to battle. Without fighting, nothing can be created.
What's this? Treize.
Zex Marquise, or rather my eternal friend, Miliardo Peacecraft. Oz is changing, and I have found that I'm sorely lacking in power. Rummefeller's way, or rather the path that mankind is taking, is just too selfish. I never expected their increased power would result in abandoning the true heart of humans. Miliardo, there's one other person who understands me. Her feelings toward me have caused her to have split personalities. Please save this unfortunate lady for me.
I'm going to fight for Treize, to help realize his ideal.
Treize, I've got no power. In the confusion of all these battles, I'm still only able to walk the path of a soldier.
Take me to the fortress barge now. That That's when I started realizing that the purpose of battles isn't limited to making ideals into reality. I know this is what Mr. Trey was trying to make me understand.
Botched your mission? You couldn't destroy the base, and you didn't kill Dr. J and the others.
How about a little sympathy? In any case, I'm still glad I decided to come here. I've got good news. Your Gundam and mine are being rebuilt as we speak, you know. I can hardly wait until they're done. Just watch me. I'll become the god of death once again. But right now, I need some sleep.
Even if the space colonies no longer have a reason to retaliate, and even if the pilots are captured and stripped of their suits, those Gundam pilots will continue to fight.
Hey, Catra! What's going on here? Troa, outer space is going crazy. I'm gonna use this Gundam to destroy it all.
Tell the others for me. Tell them to stay away from me.
I'm telling you not to get any closer!
What strong will, and what purity. Yes, we must fight against each other, but our desire to fight is the same.
That's it then. Goodbye, hero.
Troa, the V8's about to explode. Get out now!
Troa! Troa! We have to acknowledge the facts. The 5 of us have become nothing more than redundant soldiers, Catra.
Duke Dermail, I'm sorry, but I cannot support the Romefeller Foundation in the path it's taking.
What?
What's important for mankind is not absolute victory, but his attitude toward fighting. An era constructed by soulless weapons known as mobile dolls will become an embarrassment to future generations. The traditions you value so highly would appear blurred alongside those 5 genuine warriors.
So you're saying that you want the Romefeller Foundation headquarters to take Oz out of your control? I hereby confine you to the Romefeller Foundation headquarters.
I have come to a decision. I'll look over those young men who shine in the battlefield, and I'll love them.
I fail to understand just what you are getting at.
And that is exactly why you and I will be enemies.
Shall we escape?
After we paid them back, huh?
Lady Un, I love. Rest in peace. Between the far distances of the shining stars, I continue to pass by numerous destinies. Time has passed at a tremendous pace from a period I remember long ago. Operation Nova. I can't imagine the Romefeller Foundation allowing the rebellious actions of the soldiers that continue to support me. And now they've sent Virgos, mass-produced mobile dolls to Earth in their quest for complete control of the Earth. But right now, I have no right to express my opinions on this.
Hiro, let's go to the Earth.
There it is. What on earth could he have been thinking, discarding his Gundam like that? Hiro, the foundation of our future will be built by these mobile suits.
And now, the casting for the actors is almost complete as we begin the third act. All that's left is to wait for the curtain to rise.
Everything is proceeding just as you planned, Mr. Trace.
Outer space rushes aimlessly into a period of battles. Hiro and Catra arrive on Earth and become targets of Romefeller's plan to execute the Gundam pilots. Without any time to rest, Hiro heads to gather information for his next battle when he hears of Sank Kingdom, Relina's home country. Next, on Gundam Wing Episode 29, the heroine of the battlefield. Heroine of the battlefield.
The Romefeller Foundation's enforced rule has resulted in disputes sprouting up all over the world.
Our country has declared itself a peaceful nation, and we've been trying to avoid resistance.
Sure, we'd be guaranteed peace if we allowed them to control us.
But you couldn't really call that true peace. It'd simply be a method of oppression that would lead to a new despotic rule and more disputes, right?
I certainly hope we're making the right decisions.
Over the ages, the world has had many countries, many races, and many ways of thinking. Perhaps we should accept the fact that a number of the disputes in the past were unavoidable. Freedom is a right given to all people. At the same time, we must realize that people cannot be given complete freedom. What we need in order to attain harmony is to learn to be thoughtful toward others. A peaceful future doesn't lie in fighting. It's our job to learn from our past and use that experience to build a new and correct future.
I was afraid that our nation alone couldn't act against the Romefeller Foundation.
So was I, but the Sank Kingdom is a country where the idea of total pacifism is well rooted in the teachings of the Peacecraft family. Its presence is a strong support.
I'm fully aware that my manners in speech and behavior seem impolite to you, despite the fact that I'm merely following my father's teachings. But it's my sincere hope that more countries and more people can one day attain true peace. To that end, I ask for your assistance.
The discussions seem to go smoothly. It's not as if we're watching over every action you people take or anything. Just that your meeting ended so soon.
We're resolute in our intentions, and that's probably why the meeting did not take us very long.
We'll be on our way since we're not needed. We're ruining the view.
We don't necessarily dislike the Romefeller Foundation. We just like for you to hurry up and rectify your mistakes. And do it before a great deal of people lose their lives.
Come in, Count Townsend. We have found 2 spacesuits. It appears that it was just 2 of them that landed here.
Roger. I don't see any reason to be particularly cautious. You may return.
Yes, sir.
The space colonies and the Romefeller Foundation have joined forces. The Gundam pilots' missions are over.
We have our orders to execute the Gundam pilots.
Executing them would be easy. Although our country is under the Romefeller Foundation's rule, I would rather hold off getting rid of them yet.
You're not really big on animals, Katra?
No, I love them.
Then play with the dogs. It seems they'd rather play with you anyway. Animals have a natural ability to sense kindness in people.
Is kindness necessary in a war?
No, it isn't. Not while you're fighting, at least. But kindness is something you probably need the rest of the time. This isn't the time to be fighting now.
Thank you for the meal. I'm sorry to trouble you, especially considering there are orders out to execute us.
Fortunately, the headquarters contacted us and will be picking up you Gundam pilots. I'm quite glad, since it means I don't have to carry out the orders myself. It still means I'll be handing you over to them when the time comes.
We can't trouble you more than we have. You're just doing your job.
You're gonna surrender without a fight?
We don't know what we'll do till the time comes, but we're not going to die without good reason.
You guys are certainly strong. We're involved in the control policies of the Romefeller Foundation, but we definitely have our share of doubts. Getting involved was the only choice we had to avoid futile battle.
You made the correct decision in order to protect the lives of your people. I believe that's the same decision that people in our home made.
As far as the Romefeller Foundation is concerned, we Gundam pilots are nothing but a mere obstruction to them. Anyone who's after our lives is an enemy. We have to fight if we want to survive.
Right now, that's the one and only thing that we can and must carry out. It's that simple.
If we don't want to die, that is.
Attention! Surrender your carrier at once. We have orders to shoot you down.
I repeat, surrender at once.
The sea's gotta be cold at a latitude of 50. But still, I can't simply give up the craft to Oz. Ah!
There it is.
Get a move on.
Sally Poe, you just be thankful you got a fireplace. The New Oz is a warm-hearted organization.
You're only treating me like a special guest until you confirm what's in the carrier, I suppose.
We'd been advised to watch out for rebels who got involved with the Gundam pilots once they came out in the open. We didn't actually expect to get our hands on a Gundam, though.
So it's true that the Gundam pilots have returned to Earth. I've got to make sure I deliver it to them. But more and more nations are starting to take sides with Romefeller. It'll be more difficult for me to do anything.
The metal detector won't be able to pick up the Gundam, but it will pick up the carrier, so that's what you've got to find.
Yes, sir.
What's wrong? Enemies!
Who are you?
I want the truth from you. Was that the real thing you sank?
Huh. I might just tell a lie so that you'll free me.
I want to retaliate against Romefeller, so I need the Gundam. You're fighting the same enemy, so decide for yourself whether or not you want to negotiate.
Looks like my time's run out.
Then let's go! So it was real then. That's why the enemy caught on so fast.
It's the one Oz referred to as 01. You said you wanted the Gundam to save yourselves. What country are you from?
I can't tell you quite yet. I'll just say that the nation's retaliating against the Romefeller Foundation, and it could be attacked any time. The ruler of the nation is an individual who's indispensable for the future, and is capable of bringing true peace to this world.
Do you expect to win against the Romefeller Foundation with just the Gundams?
I'm confident in its pilot. He'd defeat Romefeller's ambitions.
As acquaintances of the Gundam pilots, you and I have a habit of overdoing things a bit.
There's a risk in depending on them too much, but at the moment I do want their help.
Nobody wants to get involved in wars, but those people who have the ability to fight should fight, or at least that's what I think is true. I'm reluctant to use the word righteous, but I really do think that word suits those kids well. Calling them righteous might really be a sad thing, since it forces them to be seen as modern heroes. I want to follow them. If I do, it's unlikely that I'll be taking a wrong path.
The plans to wipe out the Gundams are progressing in two places. One is obviously here.
Could the other have to do with the Gundam you left behind?
I think that might be. They call it 01.
Hiro, have you heard of the Sank Kingdom? It comes up several times in the Romefeller Foundation's confidential data as a problematic nation.
The Sank Kingdom.
They're covering their tracks, but they're quite interested in finding 01. And also its pilot. Wouldn't you like to visit? I'm sure we could be of some help to them. That's a good boy. These two dogs are the only ones guarding us right now.
They're saying we should leave.
This nation isn't looking for any battles, but we're like time bombs and we'll cause them trouble.
The commander here has a weak point to boot. It's his kindness. Let's get going now.
Sure thing.
I'm getting something headed our way.
Any word from Count Townsend yet?
Nothing.
Check with him at once.
Sir. What? They're heading straight for Romefella's forces? Why wouldn't they be escaping?
We have an urgent message from those forces demanding information on the approaching craft.
Count Townsend, sir. This was left behind.
By the Gundam pilots?
What is it, sir?
Please inform them at once that we've escaped. We cannot afford to cause you any more trouble than we already have, that is...
Thank you, Count Townsend. We'd be wiser to just run away, but we always end up fighting.
Wherever I go, it's the same, because fighting is all I can do.
I feel sorry for them.
Enemy attack! Enemy attack!
It's being raised. Let's go.
Roger. See ya. Launching torpedoes at enemy.
What's this? An attack! Ah!
This is nuts, but it's the only way.
I knew it would be.
I want them for the sake of the Sank Kingdom.
Hands up, and no funny stuff. Advise the other ships as well. I don't want to make things worse than they are.
Better do what my partner tells you. If it was me, I would have already opened fire.
In reality, I just want you to leave us alone. But I figure you won't do that. Hiro, where should we head to now?
There isn't any place that I really want to go.
There are lots of kind people right here on the Earth, but we'd be causing them a great deal of trouble by doing nothing more than just meeting them. There is no place for us to go, is there?
Catra, it's because you're trying to forget the battle. As long as Earth's a war zone, I'm gonna fight. You have no choice but to fight either. That's because we're both Gundam pilots. The battlefield is the only place we're allowed to live. For us, I guess the meaning of life lies in surviving battles.
Sally here. The surface is under control. How are things?
It's like meeting a long-lost friend.
Use it to protect your country.
I can't thank you enough. My name is Lucrezia Noin, and the country I'm serving is...
Noin, it's okay. You don't have to tell me where you're from. I trust your intentions are genuine. I'm just honored to be able to help a nation that's trying to oppose Romefeller.
Thanks, Sally.
I am going to go and look for another Gundam. If you hear about one, I would more than welcome your help. It would be great if we had 2 or 3 Gundam pilots with us by then.
You can count on my help. It'll give me a good chance to earn your trust. I give you my word, in the name of God and our nation.
Nation's assembly are leaving. So I rushed here for nothing. And I was positive they'd take this opportunity to invade the Sank Kingdom, too. Well, the mobile dolls just won't do the job. There's no way those dinky things have a chance against the knights protecting their precious queen.
Miss Relina, are you all right with that new student arriving here today?
Why do you ask, Pagan?
I heard she is a blood relative of Duke Dermail, the central figure of the Romefeller Foundation. I know I mustn't make assumptions, but given that the Foundation doesn't think highly of the Sank Kingdom's pacifism, I can't help but think it's some sort of trick.
The Romefeller Foundation has said they wish to learn more about educational policies on building a peaceful nation. That's why they told us they wanted to send a student to our kingdom here. There's nothing to worry about.
I have problems believing everything the Foundation says.
Doubting people won't get you anywhere. Besides, there's nothing mistaken in what we're doing here. I think this would be a great opportunity to make them understand that. I'm Relina Peacecraft, director of this institution. Welcome to the Sank Kingdom.
Oh, I wasn't aware that the Princess of the Sank Kingdom was also the director of the institution. Once again, my name is Dorothy Catalonia. It is an honor to meet you.
I'm still powerless to do anything on my own. I'm learning the peace policies that my father advocated, just the same as everyone else is.
As you're aware, I've come here on behalf of the Romefeller Foundation. The Foundation is surrounded with weapons in this war-torn world. I have a great interest in the policies of the Sank Kingdom, especially in what you do if these forces decided to invade the country. This beautiful scenery would disappear in an instant. And the hearts that cherish this beauty would also be lost. Nobody in their right mind would want to just hand over the kingdom to such foolish barbarians, so I wonder what you do in that case.
I don't believe there are any foolish people living in this world. People can reach an understanding by talking things over, and I believe that discussions will bring peace to all people.
Miss Relina, I'm a foolish person myself. I love wars, I really do. I guess I would only be a nuisance by staying in this country.
Not at all. The main objective of the Sank Kingdom is to provide a place where these types of discussions can be held. I look forward to more talks like this with you, Miss Dorothy.
How very kind of you, but just call me Dorothy, Miss Relina.
And you are welcome to call me Relina.
I couldn't.
Huh?
You're the heroine of our times, Miss Relina. I myself feel a great admiration for you.
Dorothy Catalonia. She's the same age as Miss Relina. I expected her to be brainwashed by Romefeller's manipulative ways, but that does not seem to be the case.
But we must be cautious. Keep a close eye on her.
I even had this ready just in case, but it seems that Dorothy is a tougher person than I thought.
What do you mean?
From what I can gather, Miss Dorothy truly gets enjoyment out of battles. At this important time, when Miss Relina is rejecting battles, I'm worried that Dorothy's presence could be too distracting for Miss Relina.
Relina's thoughts are commendable. She knows that her actions are highly risky today. Our mission is to protect Relina as well as her actions.
Even if that means getting some weapons?
That's right. Our former king was assassinated, and we can't risk letting the same thing happen to Relina. Right now, we're confronted by a part of history that could easily but must not be repeated.
protect Relena, even if it means using foul play. I'll live my life in the shadows of this kingdom.
Hurry up and start a war!
Romefeller's military power continues to grow as they violently attack areas of dispute. Hiro recklessly participates in the battle as a mercenary of the Treize faction's retaliating troops. Catra begins doubting that he can find all answers within battles. Then he learns of a nation promoting total pacifism. Next on Gundam Wing Episode 30, The Reunion with Relena.
To facilitate its reign over the world, the Romefeller Foundation promoted a new Oz, with its main power consisting of unmanned units called mobile dolls. Certain changes within the Foundation followed Treize Kushranada's retaliation, including his being stripped of all power. At the same time, the Foundation was rapidly expanding its area of rule, thanks to the highly skilled mobile dolls. After the space colonies accepted the Foundation, execution orders were released for the now isolated Gundam pilots. For them, it looked like the future would take a turn for the worse.
The Sank Kingdom.
This is nuts, but it's the only way. I knew it would be.
How very kind of you, but just call me Dorothy, Miss Relena.
And you are welcome to call me Relena.
I couldn't.
Huh?
You're the heroine of our times, Miss Relena. I myself feel a great admiration for you.
The Reunion with Relena.
First unit, proceed. Second unit, stand by for orders.
no signs of movement. The field has been secured.
We're surrounded! Hurry!
Is it Red 1?
This is absurd, Hero! It's totally absurd! It's a dispute within their organization. Participating in their fight only makes you another target.
A target? That's fine with me. Execution orders have been issued for us Gundam pilots. This way I can let Romefeller know that I'm still alive. It's my way of retaliating.
After the enemy! We'll show them what stray dogs are made of.
Is this really okay, Hero?
I finally got the pictures. There's something so wild about him. Nice to meet you, Hero Yui, and Catra Rababa winner. Welcome to Earth. Welcome to a warrior's paradise.
What did you say?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Repeat what you just said.
You're mistaken. I haven't said anything.
Liar! You think that the two Oz factions should just crush each other?
Listen, fellas, I just want to live in peace.
Quiet, you! The Trace faction is ready to attack this area. All physically fit men are to join our backup forces. Get your boss out here and round up the people.
Total pacifism?
That's right. We refuse to participate in military operations in order to attain peace.
The Trace faction here are former Oz members that defended your land in the past, but now they're resisting us as rebels.
That dispute concerns the Oz organization. It has nothing to do with us.
A very convenient notion of pacifism. Once the occupying army becomes a nuisance, you suddenly declare yourselves pacifists. The duty of the military is to protect the citizens. But now the troops are unwanted. I'm beginning to feel a little bit sorry for the Trace faction. In either case, the battle will commence. We should continue our discussion after peace is attained. It's absurd to even speak of pacifism in the flames of war. Are you all right? I'm sorry I couldn't come to help you.
Oh, thank you, lad. It happens all the time. Fighting back against them would only make things a lot worse for me. Oh, are you a traveler?
Yes.
You couldn't have come at a worse possible time. This would be a beautiful place if it weren't for this situation. They're starting to move in. They're close this time.
I'll go check it out. Oz's airy suits.
Good. Lure the enemies over this way. Don't forget to disperse the debris.
That's right. Do everything to defeat them.
Yes, sir.
Shouldn't we be advising the civilians to evacuate now?
Don't underestimate our abilities. We'll defeat the Trace faction rebels well before they come close to the town.
Let's go over our plans. We'll trick the enemy's advanced guard by having our main troops attack first. Meanwhile, our mobile forces will come in from the side, enter the town, and attack enemy headquarters. The mobile forces will join our main troops, expel the enemy troops, and take over the town. The leader of the mobile forces will be Red 1. You're in charge. Can you handle it?
Of course I can. I am a Gundam pilot, after all.
What? New forces?
Sir, their abilities outweigh the strength of our forces.
Send troops from our front line. Wipe them out now.
Good. Their firepower's decreased. Smash through them!
Wars are self-serving. I feel sorry for the civilians. Hero, please stop! Getting involved in this kind of battle will end up destroying us!
We'll finish them off before their backup troops arrive. Didn't they tell the civilians to evacuate?
Red 1, what's your present situation? Have you destroyed the headquarters yet? Red 1!
I'm altering the mission. I'm defending this position.
What? What are you saying?
This is the Gundam pilot calling.
I will proceed to destroy enemy mobile troops.
Intercepted enemy message! What's this? Gundam?
What's the matter? What is it?
The Leo up ahead on the right!
It's piloted by a Gundam pilot!
What are you doing, Red 1? Respond! Red 1! Red 1!
Evacuation of civilians confirmed. Red 1 calling Blue.
Blue here. What's wrong, Red 1? Why weren't you responding?
Our mission here has completely failed. Too many casualties. We'll retreat for now.
What do you mean? What's happened, Red 1? What's wrong? What's going on there? Come in, Red 1! Red 1, what happened? Red 1!
There is no need for armaments in pacifism. But unless the whole world starts thinking in these terms, I'm positive that the Sank Kingdom will never be a safe country. Under these circumstances, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to attend classes with you. You who are poised to take on the responsibilities of your respective nations. I really hope that together we can think of a way to eliminate wars from this world in the near future.
Quite admirable.
Any comments? Dorothy?
I think it's wonderful. If everyone in this world were Miss Relena, wars would immediately be denounced as foolish and would disappear from this world forever. But if everybody were Miss Relena, nobody would realize just how wonderful you are.
Dorothy, I'm aware that my views may appear to be a little naive to some people. But I wonder why people battle if everyone agrees that it's foolish to do so. I don't think that we're too far from the answer.
Miss Relena, I think I understand why there is never an end to battles.
What do you mean by that?
People love to fight each other, and fighting satisfies their instincts, you know.
But many lives are lost as a result of fighting.
Miss Relena, I'm not interested in results. You can leave things alone and still get results. Beauty lies in taking action. The action of fighting is the most fascinating human aspect. Throughout history, people have fought each other over and over again, as if battles are the purpose of human existence. That's why I started thinking in this way. It's not true that we shouldn't fight. As humans, I think we must fight.
I'm afraid I don't share your opinion. I'm positive that we're capable of not repeating the tragedies of the past in the times ahead.
Your wise opinions are also necessary in a war. History changes radically when the lives of people with similar opinions are sought after. Miss Relina, I truly believe the Sank Kingdom is going to become the center stage of these times.
Watch me, Dorothy. As long as I live, I will continue to promote total pacifism, even if I end up getting killed. I'm sure these policies will bear fruit.
That's good to hear, Miss Relina. You mustn't fear death, because death is merely an end result given to you at your birth. But don't be worried, Miss Relina. Brave knights are about to arrive before you who will be very helpful for your future. They will be able to protect you.
So, one of the enemies is a Gundam pilot.
I suspect he'll cause a great deal of damage to the area.
The mayor stressed total pacifism right up to the very end. We'd have to destroy this nation anyway. Position yourselves for battle.
Sir!
Mister! Oh, so you made it out okay. I was getting worried about you.
What's this?
A war's gonna break out. I'm getting ready to move out for a long spell.
What the? New mobile dolls?
Look at them all lined up. Those guys just love to fight. But we think that total peace suits us just fine.
Huh?
Our country took a courageous position. We decided to follow the Sank Kingdom.
The Sank Kingdom?
Miss Relina, are you all right?
What do you mean, Pagan?
I mean that recently, there's been a great increase in the number of nations relying on the total pacifism of the Sank Kingdom. And all of these nations are relying on the Sank Kingdom to provide them with leadership. There's a lot of pressure to meet these responsibilities. Even you could get very exhausted by all this pressure, Miss Relina.
Thanks for caring, Pagan. But this is what I am living for now. I have to do my best, or being leader of the Sank Kingdom would be in vain.
But there's also a certain classmate of yours that has me worried. You can't let down your guard with her around.
You mean Dorothy? Pagan, please. You mustn't speak badly of her.
I wonder what sort of education she had at Romefeller.
Dorothy is a very intelligent friend. I'm sure she's thinking about these war times even more seriously than I am. I'm sure that someday she'll come to understand our views.
Miss Noyne instructed me to keep this a secret from you, but...
Keep what a secret?
I'll tell you, since I believe you'd do better to have as many allies as possible right now.
Well, what is it? Pagan?
We've been able to locate the Gundam pilot Hiro Yui.
Hiro Yui?
Miss Noyne's on her way to meet with him as we speak.
He's here? So Hiro has returned to Earth?
He seems to be very exhausted as well. Miss Noyne says she's planning to bring him here to the Sank Kingdom.
Then he's really come back.
The new models. It'll be tough with this Leo.
soldiers seem to be panicked. Everyone else is relaxed.
We're just tired of having anything to do with war.
You're tired of it.
Everybody is. It is possible to avoid fighting and live in peace. We've just chosen to do what seemed natural. These days, many people and indeed countries are beginning to demand total pacifism. Although their strength is still insignificant, once the number of people who seek peace outweighs that of the soldiers, I'm certain the world is bound to change.
I heard that the Romefeller Foundation thinks of the Sank Kingdom as a problem.
Because many countries have started supporting them. Eventually, Romefeller will be left without any supporters.
So the Romefeller Foundation considers the Sank Kingdom a threat because they're afraid of them. That opens up a chance for total pacifism to be realized worldwide.
What's wrong, young lad?
Thanks for everything, mister. I'm gonna go there. To the Sank Kingdom.
It's my way of retaliating. I'm fighting through this longer than anyone. Longer than anyone on Earth. Longer than Relina of the Sank Kingdom.
Listen to me! We have to protect the Sank Kingdom!
What? The Sank Kingdom? Who, us?
That's right! That's the job we must do here on Earth! What the... Hey, that's... the beam Gatling from your Gundam!
You're Gundam pilot, so I'm sure you know how to use that. I'll back you up while you get out of there.
Hiro.
So you told Relina about it?
I'm terribly sorry. I realize that this will increase the odds of her finding out about the Gundams.
We'll handle it if it comes up. Pagan, don't worry. I'm sure that smile of hers will obliterate the suffering we're about to experience.
Hiro and Catra decide to stay in the Sank Kingdom, where Relina promotes pacifism. But the kingdom is anything but a place for rest. The Romefeller Foundation, angered by more and more nations declaring pacifism, attacks the Sank Kingdom. Hiro